Welcome, my beautiful air signs, sun, moon, or rising. I have a Gemini moon myself that I often relate to. Welcome to those who are just intuitively guided and you don't know why. You're like, do I have air in my chart? I don't know. Doesn't matter. I feel like, if you followed your intuition, good for you. I feel like it means that your guides reached you. So anyways, we are doing what's called an energy check. We're moving into May. This is the last day of April. But then again, I find my readings are really timeless. Like you find them at the right time. It's like divine timing. And I'm not saying that I'm divine. I'm just saying they come to you or you come to it at the right time for you. Okay, anyway, I would definitely watch your monthly, which I will put a link to it. I will put on the end of the video for your monthly. And what else? Know your numerology. I'm trying to use numerology more and more in readings. So I did personal year numbers. I think it's important to know that. Just go on any of the videos. It'll explain that to you. I don't want to waste your time here. Anyways, we are doing a energy checkup. I like these. I like to call these spiritual because I am definitely inviting my guides in. And to me, the tarot is really just the storyboard. I was going to when I started this little series, I was going to separate each sign and do each sign separately, but I have to tell you, and I should have known this, it'll flow together. So the whole reading is one, but there's going to be many different layers to it. I hope you guys pick that up. So anyways, we're going to do it in one reading. But you'll find yourself. Okay. All right, we have the Seven of Cups. I have to say, both show in reverse. My deck is in the upright, so... And then we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I don't know why. I feel like someone has decided not to do something. I like that the seven... Yeah, look at this. We have the Three of Pentacles. I don't know. I get the feeling that someone is stopping themselves from doing something that they could because the ace is here, right? So I feel like it's just when I decide to start to nurture that seed, right? This is your seed of intention. Here it is. But I feel like in a way, because it's in reverse, someone is stopping themselves. And why? Well, the Three of Pentacles tells me it's probably because you're not seeing your uniqueness in something, or let me put it different, maybe you see it and maybe you think people won't appreciate it. However, in the Three of Pentacles, the opposite is true. We have the Empress. It's like some of you, it's like, here's the Empress, but, I don't know. I feel like, first of all, I always feel like the Empress is within us, right? I feel like the Empresses is someone who has traveled the path of the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. And she stopped at that 9 of each journey and reflected back, grown from it, right? And as she grew, it's like, you know, her soul grows, her spirituality opens. So she took that time to reflect. And listen, she may have failed many times. It's not about the failing. We all fail. It's about getting back up. You know, she's like spiritually, what's the word I want to say? It's like something is coming to her, and I almost feel like it, you know, she's holding this baby, like this is saying there, it's like this could be your baby. And I don't mean a baby as in a physical baby, maybe for some, but right now I'm talking about like I would call my business my baby. Like this is my baby, right? This is my baby to grow and nurture. Anyways, so the Empress is someone who has a lot of wisdom. And remember, I often feel our wisdom, it's not just about this lifetime, it's the collective wisdom. So it's about what we already have inside. You know, think about the tarot. The first major arcana that you meet, the Fool meets, you know, you're the Fool. The first person that the Fool meets is the Magician. And the Magician is there to teach, I feel, in the upright. You know, if we're looking at like how divine created this path, let's say, this Magician is to remind the Fool that he has the tools of all these, you know, of fire, of air, of earth, of cups, all within him, and or her, and you know, to, you know, and the Fool is, I don't know why I'm telling this story, because I feel like your guides, this is the energy your guides want you to take on. Like the Fool, you know, the Fool's going to stop and listen to the Magician, but I don't feel like anything's going to stop the Fool. So anyways, the Magician reminds the Fool also that you're manifesting during this path. So your energy is just as important as, let's say, divine's energy within your life, right? Because you're co-creating. I heard somewhere, if you look 2 years back, you can usually then see why you're in what you're in now. I don't know if that's true or not. I should give that a test. Anyway, let's keep going. You know, the story I just told, I feel like are coming from our guides. We have the 8 of Swords. Yeah, again, the energy, I feel like somebody is not believing in themselves. 8 of Swords would give us another clue. What, you know, why am I not believing in myself? Because of Swords energy. So this can be, you know, it's about protection around you, right? You know, it's interesting how she's naked and she's holding the world, right? It's like she's trying to hold on, but she's naked. Almost like, I don't want people to see, or maybe I'm afraid to show people who I really am, right? Like her head is turned, her back is to us, but she's naked, right? We can see her, whether she likes it or not. So I feel like, you know, I don't know, like, I feel like this could be confidence, right? The confidence I need to do something. I feel like whenever you're ready, here's this Ace of Pentacles. I feel like that will just flip right around whenever you're ready. Okay, let's keep going. You know, the number 8 is about a new beginning. Many times I feel like I'm moving from one house to another. I feel like some of you, you know, you may have like what you call failures. And they may be holding, like, because of those failures, you're stopping yourself from doing something. Something that, you know, in a way, I feel like it's uniquely to you. Doesn't mean other people can't do the same thing, but you are you. You know, it's important to be you in this. We have the Nine of Wands. Well, that's kind of beautiful that it's coming right next to the Eight of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles is attached to it. So I love the Nine of Wands energy. I mean, listen, it does talk about a journey that's been heavy. Let's just say heavy. But at the same time, it's been a journey that I've learned from, I have grown from. You know, the person in the Nine of Wands is usually in very good shape. Their clothes are a little tattered, right? It means the journey may have been hard, but here I am. Here I am anyway. Looking right back at that Eight of Swords. So whatever I'm telling myself that I can't do because I don't trust in myself maybe, or I have failed. Maybe you have failed. The Nine of Wands would say, where's your focus? Maybe you need to adjust like your lens or something. I feel like whatever it is, it's fixable, and whatever the fails were, they're not really fails. Because, you know, if like, you know, you reach the nine, here it is, you take the moment like the Empress always would, always does, to reflect upon, to see those swords, right? Because we can see you. You know, if this is you like trying to hang on to the world and you feeling naked to the world, so to speak, maybe it's something you want to do, but that's like, I just feel like for some reason, like, I don't want, I'm afraid that people will see me, I don't know, for who I am, but who you are is beautiful. Okay, so we have the Ten of Swords. And then we have the Four of Pentacles under the Empress. Interesting. You know, I often feel the Nine of Wands talks about the energy of overcoming. And, you know, because if I don't, what happens? I move to the next energy, which is the Ten of Wands, right? Even more. And listen, I feel like in a way it's like maybe you're responsible for making the money. But yet still, I feel like you're holding yourself back. And then the Ten of Swords are over here. So this Eight of Swords is probably created because of this Ten of Swords. And Ten of Swords to me is all these daggers in your back, right? Many you didn't see coming. You know, but in the Ten of Swords, like here, it's like I'm laying down, I'm allowing them. Almost like it's hitting pressure points. For some of you, you know, there may be something that you want to do, and it may have something to do with pressure points. I've never seen that in this card before. Like acupuncture. Anyway, so this tells me that this self-doubt is created from other people's ideas, opinions, what you can do, what you can't do, all of that, right? But it's also your energy of now. Sometimes we take on, not sometimes, a lot of times we take on other people's ideas, beliefs, and they become our own. And you know, the Eight of Swords many times, again, don't forget it's protection. I feel like, you know, I feel like it's like almost refusing to make a choice, a decision, to do something. Here it is, whether you accept it or not, right? It's like, let it, you know, if this is your seat of attention and you decide no, You know, I want to stay in this energy for whatever reason. You know, that seed will crumble up and dry, you know, and dry. However, if you decide to give it a little nurture, a little water, right, a little attention, a little focus, right, focus with the Nine of Wands, then the seed can, I almost feel like, can grow and feed you forever. But some of you may be even a single mother. And again, you know, it's interesting because in the last couple of days I've been talking a lot about like how many times in my life I had to kind of reinvent myself, right? Like tarot is just completely out of the blue. It's never a path I would expect that I would be on, right? I was in like the corporate world, so to speak, and just interesting. All right, we're gonna see what's on the bottom of the deck. Excuse me. Okay, I was only gone a second. Okay, on the bottom of the deck we have the Nine of Cups. You know, this is great. This tells me that, you know, I feel like what this is talking about is you're freeing yourself from something, and it may be your own thought system. You know, I'm not feeling like, you know, riches come, you know, like gifts fall from the sky, but what I am saying is there's something here that can set you on a path, or maybe it's you're here, you know, to ask yourself, am I on the right path? I feel like if you're doing, especially if you're doing what you love, that's just fantastic. But if because I feel like you have the skill set, or you have the talent, or you have the gifts, that type of thing. So, you know, it's like the only one who doesn't believe in it is you. It's, you know, it's like the rest of us can see the potential that you have, right? We go from that Ace of Pentacles the whole way to the Empress. But here's someone naked, back to us, hanging on to earth, like they're gonna, you know, this could be the energy of just, you know, the Ten of Swords, like, I don't know if I can take anymore, but yet I feel like I'm in submission. And listen, it can be in a home. Doesn't mean you can always leave that home type of thing, but you can find yourself, I don't know, that type of thing. Okay, anyways, but the Nine of Cups is really a beautiful energy of, you know, you're starting to love life again. This is the energy of being a little selfish, but for all the right reasons, right? This may be you to, like, finally, I don't know, feeling like happiness and joy as you do what you do, as you move through your life, you know, your day, your, this path in particular. Okay, so we have the Four of Cups under that. It's about spiritual discernment. It can be the energy of, you know, if I really am honest with myself, I might be a little bored in my life. But yet I still have dreams. This could be one particular dream, and the Ace of Pentacles is like, boop, here I am. But I can see that maybe you're not ready for me type thing. Right? Like I'm in the atmosphere. Anyway. We are now bringing in the Light Seer Tarot. And we're going to get into this a little deeper. You know, I'm trying to keep these around like the 30-minute mark, which is not easy for me. But that's what your monthly is there for. You know, they're at least an hour long. I think every one of them. So, you know, they are in depth. And then there's other readings in there that can really, like, help you understand. I don't know. All right, we have the Seven of Cups. Isn't that interesting? Seven of Cups coming over the Seven of Cups, except here it's in the upright. Look at this. And then we have the Nine of Wands above the Nine of Wands over this Ace of Pentacles. You know, this Nine of Wands is looking back at the person, and Seven of Pentacles is like biting their fingernails. Let me bring this down a little bit. Like biting their fingernails, you know, trying to make a decision. So I feel like for some of you, like maybe I start to sway you that way, and then it's like you get hung up in the Seven of Cups energy. Like, I'm not sure what I should do, how I should do it, which one I should take, if the opportunity is true. You know, so it can feel a little chaotic, but the Nine of Wands is looking right back at this person. Like, you know, this person is strong. This person knows what they want. This person is focused, right? This person has been through it. So I feel like it's almost like your higher self looking back saying, you know what to do. It's interesting how you have two Nine of Wands, and both of them are looking back. One at the Eight of Swords, so you know you need to focus on what this is, why that is, and then one on the Seven of Cups. What in that energy is making it hard for me maybe to nurture this seed, and it feels like because. You know, I feel like the Nine of Wands says don't look at your mistakes as mistakes. Look at them as experiences. They're the very things that have grown you. Sometimes when you're in it, you don't know it. But you can. But many times you don't. We have, wow, with the Five of Cups. You know, real quick, I want to say some of you've had to or will be reinventing yourself. You know, I do feel like the energy of some of you have lost, you know, how do I want to say this? Like, I feel like, I don't know, I'm getting hung up there. I know what I feel, I don't know how to say it. You know, the Five of Cups is the energy of all I have lost, what I have lost, someone I have lost, right? It's an emotional type energy. It's also a five, and a five speaks about change. So, you know, maybe this change is something that was unexpected. I don't know. But nonetheless, you know, it does feel like of emotional nature, right? But it is the energy of me thinking, being in all I have lost. You know, please, I don't mean this in an ignorant way, but in a way, it's kind of like the woe is me type energy. Yes, I have lost, but it's what I am doing next, right? Anyway, we have the Two of Pentacles. You know, I feel like some of you, it certainly feels like the energy of like, some may have had miscarriages, and it may be, listen, it may be hard to get pregnant again, but I feel like there is the success, like you have success, but maybe you fear that, right? To carrying a full term, that's what I mean. And I feel like that's just for a few people, but I do feel that pretty strongly. All right, we have the Hangman. So, listen, it has you stuck in the Eight of Swords energy. It has no movement. You know, the good thing about the Hangman, though, is the Hangman is seeking wisdom. You know, the Hangman is like a pause in time. but ultimately seeking wisdom. So I feel like, you know, finding awareness. And over that Eight of Swords, clearly, it's almost like, until I see this, things stand still. Some of you may say, what the hell? Things are standing still. Well, this is answering your question. Until you see the Eight of Swords, things will stand still. And that may be why this ace just like disintegrates. I don't know. So we have, well, look at that. We have the Strength card, which is kind of beautiful coming over the Nine of Wands. Let's look at that. Really look at that image. She's part lion, part woman. Right? Some I feel like, you know, it's like, well, how would I want to say this? I feel like for some of you, you know, very gentle, right? The lamb, very gentle, but very strong, very much the Empress's energy. So, no, I have no doubt that whatever these swords are, and this Hangman energy, and the Five of Cups, there is also opportunity to really evolve, right? Listen, it doesn't mean it's easy. It can feel like hell. But I feel like what this is saying is, here is your way out, right? But it takes you. Boy, I'm getting this a lot this month. Like, it takes you. Like your spirit guides are saying, we can only do so much, right? Here is your seed of intention. But it's up to you whether you're going to water it or not. So, Strength card, listen, this is about the inner you. This is not about, sometimes it can be, you know, reaching out, asking for help. Don't be too prideful, you know, that type of thing if you need it, you know, to help evolve you. But I really feel this is about yourself, and not getting stuck in the what was, and get in the what is coming. I like the Two of Pentacles coming over the Empress. So ultimately, it's funny how I feel like Pentacles play an important part here in almost everyone's readings. We have the Star, and look at that. It clearly wanted to reverse itself. I mean, I could tell that. First of all, it is a card of Aquarius. Some of you could certainly be missing an Aquarius, but nonetheless, it's still calling for you. A lot of things. It's calling you to allow yourself to be your unique self. You know what? Be the fool. Take a chance. Don't worry about what other people are going to think, right? Some of you are just starting channels, and that's what you're thinking. You know, I feel like this is my mistake. I overthought it in the beginning. Like almost like when I hit record, like, oh, like everybody was here. That's what it felt like. You know, I'm sure it's a room full of spirit guides, but that's what it felt like. So, like even when my daughter started, I said the first thing I would tell you if you're going to start, of course, it's completely different for me now, but I said, remember that it's only you in that room. You know, the people aren't watching yet. You can always get rid of it if you don't like it. But it's weird because now I'm the totally opposite. Like, anyway, guys, you know, your dreams, your hopes, your wishes, it's in reverse. We have the Page of Cups. Well, you know, this may sound silly, but you know, it's often the first thing you think of with the Page of Cups is learning to love oneself again. It's interesting how he's like this higher vibration and he's connected to that. That's interesting. Let me show you what I'm talking about. You know, and he knows it. He's connecting to this. Definitely feels like his higher self. And then here we have, you know, it's like spirit in the form of a heart. So, a definitely feel like you're connecting to your higher self. It's interesting. At first I thought that was a football. It's interesting because I just watched The Dress last night with Sam. But nonetheless, when I say love yourself, I don't, it's the same as the Nine of Cups. It's giving yourself permission to live an eventful life, to have experiences, to see how far you can grow something, and to trust in yourself that you can. It's all of that. And it really is like a change of energy. Because here are your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. And it's almost like, clearly it's also coming from elsewhere. Because it's over that Ten of Swords. I don't know why I keep saying I wanted to say it again. So it feels like, what other people are saying, doing, or what you are thinking. It's almost like, am I thinking too far ahead? Am I thinking automatically that others will not, like on a YouTube channel, right? You can get comments, right? And listen, people can really speak their mind. And you may shy away from things like that, like that, how the people, and maybe that's all you see. You don't see all the positive, right? I see all the positive. Even in the negative, I see the positive. Anyway. Listen, I don't feel like in any way do you have to accept this type of life. I just don't. I feel like, first of all, it's like connecting to my higher self, and then above that is the Empress, and above that is the Two of Pentacles. So this is making a very logical, balanced decision. It's interesting. It's like there's a pink moon, and we just had a pink moon. It's kind of orangish pink, but, I mean, we just had a pink moon. Okay, I want to look at a couple things, and then I'm going to let you go, because I don't want it too long. And I just want to take it right across the middle. I have the High Priestess. Beautiful. I have the Nine of Pentacles, guys. And look at this. I had the Ace of Pentacles. I knew your reading wasn't over. How beautiful is that, first of all? So, I just have to tell you something. This is you and the High Priestess. No matter who you are, this is the ability to connect, right? To connect beyond the veil, right? I mean, isn't that why those who believe Jesus came here on earth, that's why, right? The connection, right? I keep saying right, but I feel like when I say right, I'm talking to your soul. And your soul's agreeing with me, and you might be like, you're crazy. Anyway, so any type of like spiritually based businesses where you feel like you're connected. I shouldn't keep just saying spiritually, because you may feel like epiphanies, like ideas coming from you. Your journey, I have to tell you, may be the very thing that sets you on a course. Like, once I have this understanding over it, I feel like it sets you on a course of true success. You do have to overcome it. You do have to overcome some of these things of the past. But I feel like it's more about understanding it. Seeing it from outside of itself, right? Because if I'm in it, right? If I'm like, almost like, woe is me, because of what I've lost. Listen, no one's saying there's no reason to feel that way, but you're not meant to like stay at the 5 for the rest of your life, right? 5 is change. 6 is relationships, you know what I mean? 7 is spirituality. Doesn't mean you can't even hop ahead. Anyway, here is, I feel like divine just saying, 9 of Pentacles, if you had doubt, this is about success. Not only is it about success, but here is the Ace of Pentacles, again, in the upright. How beautiful is that? It tells me a couple things, too. Because it's connected to the Two of Pentacles, I feel like this is you really starting to make more of a grounded type decision. Maybe you've been in your head type thing, or too much in your heart type thing. you know, in shadow wise. But also touching the Page of Pentacles, you're right. As I start to connect more to my higher self, and that may just mean the Empress. Listen, where? Right where you're at. I feel like that's what it's saying. Right where you're at. Doesn't matter where you're at. It is right where you're at. And then the star, right? My hopes, my dreams, my wishes. Somewhere you must have started believing in yourself again, believing in your ability. Or I just have to say, you are on a path that is undeniably meant to happen. And I feel tremendous growth within that. Tremendous. It's interesting. I see that white dove. I sat there yesterday morning and, you know, our two doves came back. We called them Sandy and Sam because when I first moved in here, they just started hanging out. And they would like be on this little tiny windowsill, but they'd find a way. So we named them. And then they went away in the winter. And they just came back. And it was interesting. I was watching. There was the female and I don't know which was which, the female and the male, because I was watching them on the limb of a tree. And they just hung out there. And then the male, well, I'm assuming one flew off, but the other one just stayed there. And stayed there. And I kept watching. It was like 20 minutes. And I'm like, that's weird. I've never seen a bird like that mellow. And he wasn't sleeping. Staying in place, and then came back the other bird, and it's just the way it was. I don't know, guys. I don't know why I'm telling the story, but I trust that I'm meant to. So anyways, you know, I just feel like your guides are being so strong. If you have doubt in yourself, you are planting it there yourself. This is, you know, if you have doubt that you can be successful, and listen, success may mean that I have what I need, and that alone is good, right? I have what I need, right? When a bill is due, I can pay it. And maybe I have a little extra, right? This isn't anywhere being like greedy. But this is more about believing in your ability to get there, to create that. Again, that Ace of Pentacles flipping itself over and being the last card in your reading, coming with the Nine of Pentacles. My God, guys, if you have doubt, I don't know what else to say. You know, I feel like your guides can't reach you. And if this reading doesn't reach you, then I feel like you're just going to stay there until you figure it out. Right? Maybe it's just something you got to figure out. And I don't... Okay, why am I getting into that? Anyway, I'm looking at the positive of this. Right? The overcoming, right? It's like half lion, half woman. The high priest is spiritually connected, right? To what? To the journey and the understanding of where I'm going and what I've been, even the mistakes that I feel that I made, whether they were mistakes or not. You know, there's a beautiful Mother Mary card where she says that, forgive yourself for what you think you have done, or you think you may have done, something like that. But anyway, you know, I feel like the Hangman is just like, I'll just hang out here. I'll hang out here. And this may be you, like, I'll just keep hanging here until I'm spiritually inspired. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just going to let that be. Because I feel like when you're ready, right? But this is something where, you know, it's like the universe is saying, don't blame me. Don't blame me. Right? It's not about judgment. It's just of being real with oneself. And then in the Nine of Pentacles, and how do I love that it's attached to the Three of Pentacles, where you are rewarded for your uniqueness, right? In the Eight of Swords, she feels anything but that, right? But here's Divine saying, like, when you are bringing your unique self, your unique gift to the world responds in a favorable way, right? Success. But let's not forget, our guardian angel is also attached to this energy. And I feel like that's what the High Priestess is saying. It's almost like the sun should be here because I feel like there is illumination on this path. But, well, that's interesting. That is interesting. I put the card face down, and I, honest to God, guys, I did not mean to. I just find that, I find that interesting. Even the things that I do with my own hands. Interesting that I just turned that around. So maybe I just turned someone's thought system around. And listen, if I did, then my day is made. So I'm going to leave it there. I love you guys. I pray and hope that you find this seed and decide to nurture it instead of allowing it to dry up. But ultimately, that's up to you. It's funny, I start thinking about your title around this time, and I'm just like, what am I going to title this? Right? So, this has been a journey. I can tell you that. Some of you have been there, and you're finding yourself now in this Nine of Pentacles. You're understanding. Well, understand, many times you're here to help those, but maybe within your comments who are way back in this energy of still not trusting myself, afraid to be who I truly am, my uniqueness, right? You know, let's look at it a different way. God doesn't make mistakes, so you are meant to be exactly who you are. Anyway, interesting. I flipped that around. I love you guys. I just feel like once you open to it, you'll know. It'll come to you. So trust in yourself. I trust in you. I love you. I will see you in the readings. Bye-bye.